Hi, Khumuzo. Let's give them a few more minutes to join. Listen to others. You should also be updating your own notes, right? And you should also make sure that what they're talking about in terms of action lists is stuff that you also have considered. And we will just go through over the assignment on compliance, and you will also go through some matters relating to the template, the things to watch for, and also the checklist that we've shared with you. The checklist is and the templates will be is already been updated on additional folder or additional information on your folder for information. So let's check in and start. How has it been? Which areas you're struggling with? Which areas you're seeing a progress? Where are you getting clarity? Where are you getting confused? Let's start. I will start with Khumuzo. You came first.
Yes. Hi everyone.
Hi, how are you?
I'm finding yourself.
Good. How are you doing? How have you been able to go through the work in detail? Are you catching up?
I have. I'm catching up, and I've submitted my assignment to Denise's email address.
That is wonderful. That is good. Thank you so much. Which areas would you like us to cover and discuss that maybe were not as clear? What did you learn? What can you share with your colleagues that they should be making notes of what you picked up? Khumuzo, we can't hear you. I can see that you are talking. Maybe the network is giving you problem. We can see you are talking, but we can't hear anything. Maybe consider typing your response. Let me move to Chico. Chico, hi. Chico, please unmute yourself and tell us what have you learned? How are you doing with the material?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry, my network. I think it got disconnected.
No problem. Go ahead.
Yes, I said, like I was saying, I've submitted my assignment, and
How
yes,
are you finding the material though?
the material. To be quite honest, because I'm also part of the admin group with UJ, so I haven't read through all of it currently.
No, you better need to catch up because we now need to implement the checklist that I'm providing to you guys. It's helping you to make sure that everything relating to compliance is in one place.
Okay, definitely, I'll do so. Yes.
Okay, good. Just make time, even if it's over the weekend. You know, the first 4 hours in the morning before everyone in the house is up, you just use that time to just catch up. Okay, great. Lindi? Oh, Chico is back. Chico, go ahead. Okay. Oh, you have an audio problem, Chico. You have unmuted, but we can't hear anything. Lindi, how has it been going? Okay, seems like I have ghosts here. Okay, I'll go through my notes. Who has directors in their company or other shareholders? Okay, guys, this is supposed to be providing a platform for us to interact and but also me asking the question also direct me on what to emphasize on, what not to emphasize on. Can you, those who can hear me but cannot reply, answer using the chat box? Thank you, Chico, but I still expect you to respond on chat box then. Entrepreneurs, I'm here. I'm asking a question. Okay, Lindi, would you please just share with us what have you learned? You can type it on the chat box. She's a sole proprietor, but I want to hear, do we have people here that are having partners? I will take there are no partners. Great, okay. I also just want to emphasize that shareholders appoint directors, and the directors are managers of the business. The shareholder is a founder, is an investor. The shareholder gets rewarded through dividends, but the director gets rewarded as for director's fees or as a salary. So you therefore need to make sure that the arrangement, that if you do later even make arrangement with people, that is clearly articulated in the shareholders agreement and also on the employment contract. You can have directors, but they don't need to have shares. Number two, I also just want to say that those who have done the work, have you done the assignment? Have you gone through the material and the assignment? Is any area that you are struggling with? Can we go through the assignment? Okay, may I get your answers for number one? What's your number one answer? What's your answer?
A juristic person, B.
Okay, so the answer here, it's a B and also a C. Okay, number two. So I see Lindy's comment. So Lindy, even though you are a sole proprietor, it then means you also need to make sure that you have done a will. You must do a will. And in that will, it must include your company. What will happen to your company should you become deceased or incapacitated or whatever case it may be. So those who are sole proprietor, you just need to make sure that there is a will in place. Make sure when you're doing the will also, you also appoint the executor of your estate. Try to avoid to use institutions where the terms and conditions, they self-appoint themselves as executor of your will. So try to get people that will represent both sides of your spouse and also of your family so that it's in balance, but not people who are beneficiaries of your will. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, please stop me and ask. Okay, number 3. Oh, did you guys answer number 2? What was the answer for number 2? Can I have the answers, please, on the chat box if you can't talk, you're in a noisy area? Guys, I'm trying to assist those who have not gone through the material so that they kind of have an executive summary of some of the things that are covered there. I am asking, what's the answer for number 2? If you have not studied it, then I'm gonna actually stop. Is that fine then if I stop sharing the assignment? Because the assignment you are meant to be getting answers. Oh, okay, Lindi has rescued, guys. She said it's A. Yes, that's correct. Number 3. C. Thank you, Silva. Yes, it is B. The answer is B for 3. Okay.
Oh, B. B.
Yeah, I think you type A is something else though. And then number 4, what's your answer?
Justin.
Okay, let's see. Yes, it's a C. Why? Because it's only the person who is registered vet vendor that can charge and then pay for it. Great. Number 5. Number 5. B. Thank you, Silver. Thank you. And then number 6.
Number 6. A.
Yeah, they are not with you. You're on your own. Okay,
Hi,
okay, let me mute you. Okay, so we are on number well, Lindy, we're on number what? Number 6 or 7? Number 6. So it's 6A. Great, thank you. Number 7. I can see you guys have not done your assignment. You know, this assignment was due yesterday or today, yeah? Let's see, number 7, B, yes. Number 8. Great, that's C. Number 9, Linda, it seems like you are the only one here. And actually, for you, it was a revision in the first place. So now I'm worried. Number 9. No one else is bothering. You guys are not bothered. Okay, A. Number 40, 10. Number 10, entrepreneurs. I'm gonna end up saying not to lead. Number 10,
Annual.
annually, thank you. Number 11, number 11, number 11,
Monthly.
number 11, quota is completed annually. We don't complete quota returns monthly. The monthly one is the MP201. And also, let me wait for this one. UIN 19.
Monthly.
Yeah, that is monthly. Thank you so much. Okay, Senembuzik. Was that difficult? Okay, let me take your comments and your question. Can I take your questions, guys, and your comments? When you are quiet, remember this is a coaching session. It's not me who's supposed to be talking. It's supposed to be you. Oh, this is difficult. This group, wrong WhatsApp group. Come on, guys.
Hello, Precious.
Hi, Nikatele, so late.
Askatalang.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to know the different that one you fill up for the tax clearance and what is called.
So it takes clearance, I think is IT something, the application it takes clearance. Let me find it. Give me a second. Let me just find it. Tax clearance application. Okay, whatever that form is, I can't find the name of the form that you complete. It's supposed to have all the taxes that you actually are registered with, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So if you are registered with for VAT, you will put the VAT number there and the income tax. But it's supposed to be 100%. You should have all your taxes in there for the clearance. They don't issue a tax clearance for one each, they issue it for everything. So if you need to make sure that you are compliant with all.
All right. Okay. Because I'm struggling with it at the moment. Mine expired, I think, February, but still now I'm trying to make it right, but you can't go through their website.
Can I assist you? Can I assist you?
Yes.
So first of all, you must have financial statements. Do you have financial statements for your business?
No.
Okay, so what you're gonna be completing there, Amazir?
Yes.
Business bank account isivalue.
Ikhona iyasebenza.
Okusho ukuthi yabo mangabe i-bank account ivuliwe, Chico, kusho ukuthi ne financial statements needs to actually what? Be prepared. Ngoba every month there is bank charges. So there is therefore economic activity going through. Then you do need to prepare financial statements. What I do
All
remember,
right.
Receiver of Revenue made an exception and said, if the business is dormant, the bank statement only have bank charges. It is allowed that you can give them the full bank statement for the whole year. They will accept that as your accounts of records.
Okay.
But that is only when it's just bank charges. There's nothing else.
Yeah. Oh, my malingena fanele ulethe ama
Mali ngena, kumele wenza ama-financial statements.
all right.
Because phela
So
kusho
if
ukuthi
financial
ingenile, yaphinda yaphuma.
all right.
Yeah, you're having a question?
Bengifuna ukwazi nje ukuthi manje i-financial statement fanele ngiye kuphi ku accountant of
So you can start the stuff yourself first. Collect all the bank statement for that period, and also then get the invoices that you have sent, get the statements that you have received and receipts, and then you can take that and give it to the accountant if you don't have time or you don't know how to summarize it. If you have a background like Ulindi, who is an accountant, she can then do a compilation of the management accounts. She can decide to either give it to someone to do an independent review of those management accounts or financial statements, or she can decide that the financial statements can only be at her level as a compiler. It depends on how big your business is, but also what compliance is required at that time.
all right.
Okay, so you
Okay,
can make a decision for that. Thank you. Sure.
Okay, thanks.
Is any other question? Lindi, you wanna just maybe, are you able to talk now? You're still sounding very far. Are you able to come closer to the audio, to your mic? You still sound far. Yeah, it's still bad. We can't hear you. Maybe just share on the chat box which areas, based on your experience, that you have found that entrepreneurs are struggling with when it comes to compliance. Okay, entrepreneurs, who else would like to share? Entrepreneurs, Pelamina, I'm not the one who's gonna do this compliance. You are the one who's gonna do this compliance. So we have to engage. It's a coaching session, it's not a lecture. Did we do the work? Did we finish all the 4 modules? Did we go through all 4 modules? Okay, this doesn't seem to be working out. How am I gonna do this? I'm on my own here. I'm having coaching on my own. What's happening? Sylvie? Nogwas? Lindi, Humot, what's going on, guys? Check.
I think it's the network.
Okay. Do you guys have any questions or comments? Should we then close and then maybe you guys can listen to other sessions of others? Because we've had 3 sessions so far. You guys are group 4. Because I can't keep on talking to myself. Yes, Nogwazi, go ahead, Sisi. Nogwazi, please unmute yourself and you can go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, Precious, I just joined in. I think there was a mistake. I don't know whether the session had already started or it's just started now.
It started at past. I think we started at past, yes. So Nogwazi, the agenda for today is that we need to share what we have learned and also share where we are struggling so that we can then be able to assist you. But also you need to share your action list for what you have picked up for compliance. I then also have done the assignment with the group now. We have spoken about the checklist that is on, which is the additional information that the entrepreneurs need to actually use and for preparing and managing compliance. I also then spoke about the templates, the links that I will share a bit later. But I also need to know which areas out of these 4 modules that you need most help and support.
Oh, okay. All right then. Can I just type in on the chat?
No problem, go ahead.
Okay, cool. What did I do now?
Sylvia, I'm not too sure where you're coming from. So what you have to understand is that the way receive of revenue works, even if you are making below the threshold, you still need to submit, you still need to declare. So there is no such thing in our legislation that says you should not submit things relating to tax if you have maybe income in that specific bracket. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Okay. I'm just waiting for Nogwazi's chat box. Okay. Okay, I don't know what happened with Nogwaz. I think Nogwaz is unable to type. Okay, guys, I'm stuck now. Kumoto, what's your suggestion? It seems to me
I agree with it.
you guys did
I
not
agree
prepare.
with whatever decision everyone comes up with.
It seems to me you guys did not prepare for today. Did you prepare? I didn't hear Kumoto. Maybe type your views. Guys, can you just give me an indication on how you want us to proceed? So, Nogwazi, maybe answer questions for me. Are you registered on SARS e-filing? Because if you are registering on, yes, go ahead, Nogwazi.
Yes, I am registered on SARS e-filing, but I seem to get a problem when I'm opening their forms and how it's now structured. Previously, I could, but now I'm like getting stuck with it.
What is making you stuck? You're unable to complete it, is getting complex.
Yes, I am unable to complete, and I have to complete as of now. Since I have not submitted since from 2019. So when COVID hit us, everything just went AWOL. And this year I then started to say, you know what, I need to do this SARS thing and go. And then there was this thing now, they just gave us now, they say we need to register as public officers. I did that, but still I'm stuck because now there is that penalty now. I have to make sure that I, before I pay the penalty, or maybe use the remedies that they they gave me, I have to start by submitting first, and then submit submit one of the remedies that they offered me for the penalty that they charged me.
So my suggestion, Nogwas, just figure out if you can take a day and just go
Yes.
there.
Okay.
Because the longer you take, because your issue is not that you don't understand as such, it's just that they've made the form complex, but also they've added columns, which it's not that you don't have the information. You have
Okay.
all the information in it. Are you working full time?
For the company, yes, and then I'm also doing a part-time just for me to keep afloat.
Yes, so you can spare few hours by dedicating just half a day on SARS. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
just go to their offices, log in and show them what it is, especially when it's always easier to just get it handled with your both teeth and get it sorted. Yeah.
Yes.
Because also if you're gonna refer the matter to the accountant while it's still a mess, then it also means the accountant has to go through quite a lot of things, whereas you already know what exactly is the problem, especially with your own e-filing block.
Okay.
And then when you then appoint the accountant later, at least you've cleaned it up.
Okay.
Cases. And then Shanipani, your hands is up.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hi, we were waiting for you. Hey, it has been quiet in here. Bengithi nje ngiyavala. Sandile joina nje nawe Nkosi nathi. Ngithi nje ngiyahamba. Hayi le group bakhathele.
Ngeke avalwa ama-gate ngisasekhona, amasango mawavulwe, mawahlathula avulekile. Safuna ukufunda. Okay, mina nguHloniphani wakwaChiyane. I have a small business ngenza ama-genuine leather bags. I manufacture them from designing to stitching and everything. So ngiregisterile nayo ECK number, and then I've tried to do EBBE. That time ifunakala vele. I've tried to register online for the business. Nayo ne-account ne. I've tried follow up nelona in YouTube. Kodwa ngahluleka. And these people base-SARS, angithi ngigcine kuthiwa kumele wenze i-appointment mawuya lapha. Mawufona labantu abaphenduli ifoni. So can I get the accountant to do it for me, or ngiye lapha ngodli ngifike ngifole nje angazi kuyafola or kwenziwa njani?
So it really depends on the money, because remember, even going to the accountant is gonna be you having ability to pay. I generally say to entrepreneurs, if you have simpler transactions and your business is just simple, it's better to just you handle things yourself, and then the consultant at SARS assist you. So you're saying your local SARS office, they said they are not accepting people to come through.
Yes, like
a lockdown restriction.
yes. So angazi ukuthi manje iyavumeleka na ukuthi singangena at.
So if I was you, I will call them direct and confirm. And you can also ask the assistant to be done online using a Zoom. They are allowing that, so that you can show them what is it that you are struggling with.
Okay.
Of the administrator and also especially receiver of revenue is to help you to comply. So they have a responsibility to assist you. It's not that you have to always have to go to accountants. They also have a responsibility to make sure that the processes and systems that are in place are simply enough to enable taxpayers to make this simple. And if you are not happy, complain. Go to the complaints office, send an email on complaints to SARS and tell them you've tried to call you. This is the reference you got given. This, so that even when they continue charging you penalty for not complying, you can use that for them not to reverse that penalty.
Okugcina umbuzo sisi ukuthi into eziningi ngazenzela from uku-apply for ECK and everything. So ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi what else do I need? Nginayo ECK number, nginayo i-bank account, nginayo i-triple BEE. So kusho ukuthi ngishoda ngani nge-tax clearance?
Yeah, but kodwa ke ake sime kancane ke before that. Ake siqale ngokuthi usebenza nobani?
One man show mina.
Oh, ngoba when you one man show, the only thing you need to sort out is your will. You see, that's one of the things that in life we're not guaranteed. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. So make sure you put your things in order. Have a will. Should something happen to you, what's going to happen to your company? That's number one. Then number two, you're then going to ask, in my industry, what are the minimum requirements in compliance? So the checklist that is on additional information on your folder of information, it has different tabs, that checklist. Have a look at it. It will give you all the details. Yes, you are going to need a tax clearance. You're also going to need a BE certificate for you to apply for jobs, or also to make sure you're in full compliance. Okay, the checklist is going to help you though. So have a look at the checklist. Okay, great.
Okay, ngiyabonga.
Ngiyabonga nami. Nokwazi, your hand is still up. Nokwazi? Or is it an old hand? Okay, I'm gonna lower your hand then, because you're not talking, because I assume it's an old hand. Is anyone who has questions? We have covered the assignment, we have covered the certain principles, we've covered the tools that are going to be made available. Most of you came late, so my question was, you need to share your notes, what you learned. So I'm going to go back to those people that came late. I will start with Usandile and then Zobuyela Gunogwaz. Nifondeni. How is the material? Are you managing, or are you behind? Nogwazi, just unmute yourself and talk, because your hand is up, but you're not coming through. Go ahead, Nogwazi.
Sis Precious, I just wanted to add on top of what UCC just said. Yes, locally we don't have access to SARS. Even if you do appointment, you only going to get a telephonical one. So I would suggest for her to try, because I'm gonna try going a mid-range, the SARS as a mid-range, and see if I won't be helped there, because here in Soweto or around nje elokishini none.
Okay, so no problem. So they are making different arrangements. Maybe a Zoom meeting is also better than a call, because at least a Zoom meeting, you can show her what you have and where to
Okay.
put what. You understand what I mean? So try to
Yes.
see if you can send an email and say, please, if you are available, these are the time slots I have. Here is a link that we can set up an appointment that we can use to then have a video conference instead of a call.
Okay.
Okay, great. Let's share notes. Sandile, ufundeni. What did you learn? Which stuff you are stuck at? Which start you actually wanna make sure that it's maybe your colleagues also get that you didn't get before? Yes, Sandile, please go ahead. I've asked you to speak, so you can unmute and go ahead. Sandile, please go ahead.
Yes, hello.
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 Yes,
How are you, everyone?
we are fine. Go ahead.
Yes, Sinijani.
Siapili.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, what I can say from my experience, I can only tell that no, so far is so good. I'm learning a lot, and so far I haven't encountered any setbacks whatsoever. Yeah, what I can tell in a nutshell is that yeah, the experience so far is so good, and I never encountered any problems when it comes to doing my assignment, as I was able to submit it earlier before the due date, which was today. Yeah, so far I can say I'm very much happy to be in this program. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Great. Anything else? Who else who joined late? Shonipani, did you join late? I don't remember now.
It's me. It's Precious.
Yes, go ahead, Noaz.
Yes. In terms of the compliance, for me, it was on the material. It was having more details rather than the ones that I have. It's like I got it. It's so informative. And there are certain aspects where I opened, and also with regards to my assignment, for me it was easy because some of the things I've already done them. As I had mentioned that I could do a little bit of some compliance, so it was just the SARS part that I'm like, you know what, this one, it needs my attention, and I need more info on how may I go about it. And then also in terms of the material with regards to mastering and also the recordings, you know, I liked the way you showed everything there by the recording. It made like everything very easy for me. And now I went to my drawing board and said, you know what, I see where I have gone wrong. Let me start here, and then maybe in the next coaching session, I'll be having a very detailed report that I can just share.
Great. Thank you so much. Okay. Who else?
Was Precious.
Yeah, Mohlonipan, go ahead.
Is Vincent.
Yes, go ahead. It's Vincent, but you Upaluhlonipan. Oh, Vincent, go ahead. Okay, sorry. Hey, in the app today, I think there's a network problem. Go ahead, Vincent. What did you learn?
First thing, I'm apologizing for being late. I was in town, so I'm in my home office. So sorry for being late. I've learned a lot. In fact, I was out of business. Now I can see that I'm getting into business.
That's funny. What do you think you were doing before?
The thing is, I'm thinking, because you see this thing of working, doing business, but not taking money into the business account, putting in my pocket. You see, so now I see it's very important so that you can put money inside the business account.
Separating your assets to the business.
Yeah.
So that you can see where the money is going.
Yes.
Aye,
and the other thing is, I must get paid. I mustn't just say I'm having a business, the money is paid for business. I
must get paid, indeed. Nogaz is saying, you and her are on the same WhatsApp group. and that is why you receive of revenue also figures out but sizoyilungisa le eh?
Yeah, thank you very much for this.
Sure, thank you. Okay, who else would like to share? France?
Hello?
Hi, John.
Yeah, I'm good. My signal is a bit bad, but I will try because if I'm
Yes, you're going in
but
and out.
with me, I've learned a lot. But with most of the things, Angiva, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, yes. So I've learned a lot because a lot of things in terms of compliance, in terms of registration and managing a lot of things on the business. At the moment, I currently do that on my own, but I just consult where I don't really understand and also try to seek information on YouTube and websites on some of the things that I didn't understand in terms of compliance. But the challenge that I'm still having, it's when it comes to, at the moment, I do have a few people that are working for me. But what do we call this thing? The money that we have to pay, UIF, yes, UIF, ne?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a challenge with registering for that. I registered on the portal. I got the UIF number, but I cannot add the people on the system.
So
when I checked, they said I must contact.
But sorry, but what did they say was wrong with when you asked them to help?
It said just there's an error, then I must consult SARS because there's an issue with my SARS and whatsoever. And I consulted SARS. I waited for 2 years. Because when you go to the branch, they don't assist you. They tell you to do it through e-filing. You check via e-filing.
Hang on. When they ask you to do it through filing, and then you then say to them, "Here's my laptop. Help me to go through it on the e-filing."
Yes, I did that, and then with SARS as well, via the virtual assistant, they couldn't assist me. I was told to send an email and upload some other documents. That's what I still have to do now because there was a block there.
France, you do the stuff within a reasonable time, so that the problem is on their side, not on you, because they can charge you penalties.
Okay, yes, I will try to do that.
Yes, perfect. Thank you so much, France. Khumutso, I am also going to share the details of the accountant that I use to help you with special cases where you really have tried on to see if she can help. We are planning also to have another session where she will assist those that are struggling with the e-filing. I'm gonna ask her to run a training session for the e-filing. Okay. Kumoto, you came first, so you're fine. Leho nolo.
I'm struggling to hear.
Okay, now Kumoto, we did hear you earlier. I forgot you came first. Don't make me repeat your name again. Gore. Okay, Sandy, Le, Sylvia, I'm muting you. And also Vincent, same. Kumoto, I'm also Shoni Pani, your hand is up.
Yes, ma'am. I was late, so I just want to share my experience and what I've learned. Like, I started my business like it was a hobby. It wasn't actually a business. But then due to the demand, that's when I moved and started taking things serious this year. So the program has really helped me because I wasn't sure of what I was doing in terms of compliance. I'm not there yet, but so far what I've learned here has helped me a lot. I've managed to even go and open up a bank account. And so I see a bright future, and I feel that this platform is really, really opened up my eyes. And as a result, because I had a challenge where people will put in an order and say, okay, design this for me, and then I will design. And then imali yakhona bengabonakali because beyiphelele ezandleni zami. So I've joined Avo, Netbank Avo, to sell online. So I think in that platform, ngizokhona ukumanage imali yami kahle because izoya ku-account, ngeke ize elona ezandleni zami. And also the issue of paying myself first, I think I will only be able to manage that after i-app ye-Avo abantu baqala ukuthenga from it, because it has been difficult because I feel ukuthi imali business was actually used more on my personal things. So I couldn't see a profit or whatsoever because bayabhadala ngene shop angiphathanga ikhadi ngivele ngibhadale ngayo leyo mali leyo. But yeah, basically I've really learned a lot, and I'm looking forward to learning more because I want to venture into training, because ngibonile ukuthi there's less black people aba understand ukudesigner ama leather bag, and I want to share that knowledge with them. So I'm hoping that this platform will also assist me to understand ukuthi mangifuna ukuvula a training center ngizokwenza njani, what are the steps and stuff like that. I know ukuthi bakhona, I'm sure abakhona kuleso space there, so they will assist a lot. Thank you.
Wow, great. Okay, share on the group then. That sounds amazing. Okay, so
whoa.
Great. Thank you so much, Lindi, for sharing that. Okay, guys, we are making progress. Our Quattro investment, Crescenda. What have you learned? What can you share with the group?
Okay, thank you once more again. Hello, everyone. Okay, I do waste management and recycling. And when we started, okay, as usually, yes, compliance, it will be always a problem. But in the process, we got it right to comply according to the standard of waste management and recycling. And then through all these programs that I've been attending, because from the beginning, it was a matter of, okay, you're making money, but you don't know how to separate the personal things into the business things. So it was just like money coming in the business account and then taking money, paying people. Okay, compliance, it was there, UIF and etc., SARS and everything. So, but after paying the employees, the biggest mistake that we were doing is that we will be eating from the business account, not paying ourselves as directors, but taking from the business and eating. And at the end of the day, when we're supposed to do the auditing and etc., now you don't even know some money, what you've done with some money. That was the biggest mistake that we did. Okay, during the process, as you learning as you go, and then that's when I realized, okay, now I'm supposed to make myself a salary also, that I must separate my personal things from the business. And then we start doing, okay, fine. I was having a bookkeeper that who was doing the things. And the most biggest thing that I didn't know from the beginning, maybe whereby maybe I could be far if I look at the things. We were VAT registered, but being VAT registered, we didn't even have a turnover of over 1 million, or maybe let me say close to 500,000. So it was like maybe we're working for SARS, because at the end of the day, people, they taxing you for VAT, and then at the end of the day, you must pay SARS. So it was the biggest mistake. And then I went to SARS and then I deregistered the VAT. Currently, we are not VAT registered now. Okay, fine. To cut a long story short, let me just say, through the process, I have learned a lot. And then from this session that we started to attend, it was an eye-opening again that, you know, it's good to have a bookkeeper, but at the same time, as a director, you should learn and know these things you yourself also, because now you are the manager or you are the director of the company, you need to know these things. So my challenge, it was when coming to how is taxable calculated in my assignment, I was struggling with that question, but so far all the question, I understood the question, because that's the most things that I used to do it. So I'm looking forward to learn more, to do e-filing and auditing my company's finance, even though I can have an accountant, because you cannot be one person business running everything. You need to have people to help you, but having the knowledge and understanding exactly what is happening. So through this session, I believe I have learned. And since well, when I was doing my assignment, that's when my eye went open that, you know, if I did this and that, maybe I could be so far with the business, even though it was, you know, even the COVID, I wouldn't even blame the COVID or whatever. So I really thank you for this session.
Great. I'm sorry for disturbing and laughing. We appreciate. I think what I do appreciate the most is for you guys to open yourself up to learn and see, and when you have picked up, okay, these are mistakes that I was doing, and then do the stuff, because hey, baningi sirana ama training programs, but badlule from one training to another training, but not act on what is given to them. So I'm just grateful. We have a team of entrepreneurs that are committed. We have a team of entrepreneurs that are willing to work and put their effort in what they're actually doing and put what they're learning into action so that they can grow themselves. So there are a few things some of you have touched up on that I want to just maybe brushed on. So it's going to be difficult to understand and learn everything at once. It's a lot of information. Going through the videos over and over will help. You can also remember, convert the video and download them and listen to them on your phone when you're doing other things. So figure out the way of catching up with the content and the information. But understand that your growth is tied back to your ability to grow. So your business is not growing. It has nothing to do with the business. It has to do with you. You are not growing. I also want to say, guys, that I think in most instances, we also don't pay attention to the environment. We don't pay attention to the network we have around ourselves. Therefore, also our standard that we have set for ourselves are very low. As a result, then we don't achieve what is in our heart but because we're not selecting the right people and the right platforms to be able to then grow. I generally also feel and think that as entrepreneurs, we just really need to start asking ourselves, am I doing enough? And stop whining and complaining about things that are not right. Look in the mirror and say, am I doing enough? Is the stuff that I'm doing the best I can do? If it's not the best, which areas do I start prioritizing? And how do I prioritize? Okay, I've provided you with additional tools on the tool. Please double check before we go and make sure you go through the tool and customize it for your environment, add more items for your environment. But that's a tool that you're gonna be using in making sure that you are full, you are beginning your journey of compliance. I promise you, your life will never be the same. So I generally will say that if you are learning, not just with your mind and your heart, but you're also learning with your physical, you're doing something. Each time when you're having sessions like this, you have your notes ready, you have your questions ready, you're doing the assignment, you're submitting things. We will make sure also those who need additional support post-training, they're actually being provided with that. I don't have a lot in terms of resources, but I do have some network. I do have a support. We can also even go to the current funder and ask for more. I do intend also in the long term to even see how I can actually even raise money for entrepreneurs that have gone through my training programs and see additional work that can be done. But I need you entrepreneurs to do the work, because it's only when you succeed, then I succeed. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Great.
Yes.
Some of you, there is someone who said, it's Lindi. Hi, Lindi. Are you able to talk now? Lindi, are you able to talk? Oh, your audio is still horrible. I think you need to increase the volume on your device. Increase the volume on your device and try again. It's still bad. Okay. So you mentioned that you are struggling with succession planning on your business because you are a sole proprietor or you are a sole trader, the way you are running your business. My suggestion will be look within your environment, look within the guys that you know professionally or from varsity that are in the same industry as you, and sit down with them and talk to them about your business continuity. We call it business continuity. It goes beyond than just succession planning. It also talks about business continuity. In my case, in my business will be taken over by my friend who is also an accountant, but who's also a teacher. But I also have made sure that in my personal will does reflect that she will take over my business. She is also gonna be an executor of my estate. So that is very important, guys. So those who are sole property, just make sure you have a will, but also make sure that there is someone who will take over your business. Do not talk just on succession planning, talk on business continuity. So it's someone who must be able to do and execute the work and the project and the contract that you will carry. Or you can dissolve it and sell it, but again, that must talk to what you put in place as measures. So my accountant will do the valuation and then sell the business and that be paid over on my estate for my kids. My kids are the beneficiaries. Okay, what else that we need to talk about today, guys? We're left with 15 minutes. Is there anything else that you guys want us to discuss in detail? Oh, there was someone in another group who indicated that their clients was not, who has a client's problem that are not paying or clients not paying? Guys,
What's precious?
Yellow.
Yeah, it's Vincent. I don't have a problem with clients' payment because they are paying me before I can do the job. But the challenge, but the challenge is I'm doing a photo and video production, so I don't have business because people that are using cell phones these days to take pictures. So I don't have money for every day. So I'm waiting for customer to call me to do the job on weddings and stuff.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, a photographer.
yes.
Okay, but my friend, my brother, you can make money in other ways.
Yes.
You can make money by selling your pictures in different platforms that charge people for downloading certain pictures.
I would gladly if you can assist me in doing that.
Okay, let me just go here. Let me share the screen. I'm gonna go to I'm gonna go, give me a second.
Okay.
Okay, go here. Okay, are you able to see my screen? I'm
Yes.
on Google. Okay, sell photos online. Or yeah, sell photos online.
Okay.
Did you see that?
Yes.
I just said sell photos online.
Yes.
There is like literally there 18 websites for selling your photograph online.
Okay.
Did you see that? Do you see that?
Yes.
You can go to another page. Here is best places to sell your photos online. There.
Okay. Okay.
So go to YouTube and say, sell photos online, how to sell photos online.
Okay.
I mean, this one, how to sell online and get paid $120. How much is $120 in South Africa? What is the South African dollar?
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Exactly, my brother. It's a lot. And when you're going to have the wonderful pictures because they're going to be different. Why? Because you're going to take different plants. You're going to take different animals. You're going to take a whole range.
Oh. I was looking to take pictures, people, not animals and stuff.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're taking. It can be of people. It can be of animals. It can be of objects. Whatever it is.
Oh.
I mean, $120. That, how much is that, by the way? How much is that? I don't know. I don't know how much is the dollar right now.
I get you.
So they say dollar to rand. It's 15 Rand 56. So let's put 120 lab. How almost 2,000, my brother, for one photo.
No.
You can actually have a wide range. You can even shoot people. It doesn't matter. The market where these 18 places where they are saying you can sell your pictures, it will detect to you. You will see what is the market. Obviously, if I was you, based on what the market wants, I will do what the market wants.
Oh.
Okay, great, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay, what else? Who else?
Good afternoon.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. I have two questions actually.
Yes.
So I heard that you have opened up for platform for questions.
Yes, long time ago.
Okay.
I'm glad you're here. It was
network problem.
I was about to close the session.
No, I'm just having network connectivity problem, but now it's a little bit stable. So I'm in agricultural business. I'm actually an emerging farmer. So just to tap on the last discussion on having difficult customers to pay, I haven't yet put a foundation on my market. So most of the time I deal with credit. You take a credit, you pay me after a couple of weeks, you pay me after a couple of days. So I would like to know how can actually be assisted on getting my market into having, you know, I know recently ShopRite have opened up for new suppliers. So I deal with, actually, let me list a couple of my products: is spinach, it's pumpkins, soya beans, also carrots and beetroot. So
Okay,
I don't know how to set up a supplier into maybe big retailers or so forth.
Okay, okay. So I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be able to help, because that's not the industry that I actually even understand or know about. But I think the big retailers, they will be open to a discussion on you once they know what's your capacity. Majority of us,
Okay.
we want access to market, but we don't have a capacity to certify that market. And that then makes the retailers to be skeptic. What I
Okay.
can say to you is that the stuff you have mentioned is a perishable. Ama-perishables kumele uwadayise esasephansi, esasemgodini engakakhishwa.
Yes.
So based on the size you have and the location you are at, why have you not taken time to find out, do they have a flea market where you can sell the stuff? Do they have a vegetable places and stuff that you can sell? But also, what's your positioning? Are you positioning yourself as a wholesaler or as a retailer? Because if you're positioning yourself as a retailer, then you are also a farmer. Then your business model has to talk differently, how you then sell the stuff that you actually have grown. So I think the discussion is not so much about the retailers, it's about you understanding what is it that you're doing and what's your business model. And that business model also suiting the capacity you have in relation to your storage. And if then you have a problem with the storage, do you have the off-take agreements, or can you process the stuff yourself? For example, if I see that beetroot usuhlala isikhathi eside akho umuntu of, but can you process it then well zoba udayise emabhodleleni? Can you make it maybe fry uba ma chips darida? So I can't answer you and give you the right answer, but what I'm saying, it sounds to me you have not worked out your business model. When you have not worked out your business model, then whatever that you're trying to achieve, it's gonna take you longer to achieve, because it sounds to me you don't have enough units to even be approaching big retailers.
Yeah, I have actually tapped my thought on actually processing, because I think the location is a problem, because now when I calculate what I produced and plus the transport cost, it's actually, that's what is making us my situation difficult to access the market, because
But then
also
the volume, which means the volumes also do not justify that mobility of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the case now, and also maybe not having product specialization.
Absolutely. So yeah. So again, do you see that you are sitting in front of Pick and Pay or whoever? Do you think they will give you the opportunity? Do you think it's viable to them?
For me, with one product, yes, but I think I need to put more effort on what is
not
actually
cost
viable.
efficient, my brother. You have not done your numbers. It's not cost efficient. They wouldn't even be bothered. The process of getting you to be accredited on its own costs money. And once you get accredited and living up to that standard, I am saying to you, go back to the drawing board. Ask yourself, what are the things in your current market that are not being produced that you can produce? follow the local demand first, and then build your capacity from your local demand to then later say, okay, now I need to expand.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thanks.
Local demand.
Someone said, I think I'm going also to try selling online. I'm also rendering service to case and catering. No, you sound like you're doing a lot of things. When's
Sis Precious.
Yeah, done.
When I started doing e-business, it was e-business here catering. And then I ventured also to events because somehow iyahambisana. You find umuntu oti.
What business are you in, Nogwas?
I'm doing catering.
Is catering viable right now?
Pardon?
Is catering viable right now?
At the present moment, no.
Okay. Long term, will it be viable in future?
Yes.
Based on what? That conclusion that you are making that in future catering is going to be viable is based on what?
Is based on the clientele that I have, and also I'm not targeting the clientele, the public one. I'm targeting the corporate.
Okay. It doesn't matter whether your target market is a corporate or target. The question though is, in the future, the nature of e-catering, it's ad hoc.
Okay.
True?
Yeah.
Which, when it's ad hoc, it means there is no guarantee that every day you will have money in your bank account. True?
Okay, now I understand.
Yabona, if bebete, you are saying, Precious, I'm doing e-catering in canteen.
Okay.
That will have a different narration.
Okay.
And just catering ad hoc.
Okay.
Now, the question that you should be asking yourself is that if catering, there's no guarantee that catering will go back to the way it was, number one, and number two, it doesn't seem as though based on where the economic is going, we will be on the up. Then you should be saying to yourself, how can I use my catering skill to diversify what I'm doing? How can I use my skill to build up ama order every day?
Okay.
Yini ekade ngikwazi ukuyenza ekade kuthiwa nje mangabe kade ngenze i-catering ivele iphelele etafuleni.
Okay.
Because that is my best product right now, that I need to then put that product on production, for mass production. Can I bottle it? Can I put it as a bottle? Or can I put it in a book or whatever? And it will recipe, whatever case it may be.
Okay. All right.
So I personally don't see catering in the near future coming back to where, to where it was. I don't see events in general ever changing. What has happened in the past 2-3 years has changed the whole business model of events.
Yeah, that's true.
So then if I was a caterer, I will diversify. I will use my skill. I will create things which people can use. I will create a course for small kids, young married people or whatever, but I will look at what can I do to make sure my skill is 100% utilized and I get a return on investment on having invested in that space.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
I will look into it and see ukuthi ingisa kuphi, because as you had mentioned right now, there are ideas that I have, but maybe bekshota a tiny voice just to ukugqugquzela ukuthi lento icabanga yenze, put it in plan, strategize on it.
Okay.
Because I had that in mind. Okay, I can do something with this, but maybe how? Maybe
you can have a book, you can do a cooking class on YouTube, you can, there's thousands of things you can do with the skill you have.
Okay, ngiyabonga ma'am.
Sure, love. Okay, guys, what else do you guys want to talk about?
Auspicious.
Yes.
Can I say something? As I was listening, as you explaining to other businesses, now I'm listening. I'm trying to think about my business. Okay, that the strength and the weakness, the weakness of the business. So, and the challenges. So as I'm looking, I see that okay. The strength is that I know waste management and recycling. I know exactly what to recycle and what is that out of recycling you can turn it to a product. And then the wickedness is that in the business is that, okay, fine, I know those things, is that now I need the machinery to process those waste. And then I need a premises to have my own premises to be there, and then knowing that exactly where am I going to get, I know my market actually, where to get the waste. And the wickedness is that it's finance for the machinery and the premises to operate.
I think, So you cannot run without crawling first, without walking first. Now, go back to the drawing board and what is currently feasible for you? What is possible? Do what is possible. When you do what is possible, then the next door will open itself. What is physically possible for you? Can you subcontract some of the things that you can't do right now? Can you find somebody to process it, even if they are processing it and giving you lesser money, but just to build yourself, to make sure that you are able to actually run with the stuff that you need to do?
Okay, well, the reason why I'm saying this, I've been there before. Okay, I've been there before. I know the house and how to do it. So yes, and then that's when the business, I cannot say it played bankrupt. It was sabotaged actually before the COVID. So we end up losing everything, the machinery and everything. We had those things, but it's like now I'm starting afresh.
Cha, yini eyenza ukuthi nihluleke during COVID?
No, it was not COVID actually. Like I said, the weakness is it's a premises we were renting from the landlord. So you find the typical people that for the selfishness, a person want to claim for the insurance or whatever, and then go out there hiring people and sabotaging the business from the top to the bottom, electrical and machinery and etc. And by that time now, you had an insurance to cover those machinery. The insurance in that month couldn't get money due to now you were starting to see your backside bit by bit. Now the landlord sent people to our company and they sabotage everything, whereby I cannot even show you the evidence that we had a business. Everything, it was just
Chrisanne, what you are talking about sound like a mess. However, one thing I know about a mess, it also relates on how you were running the things with that landlord.
Is rent, and then the
So
handing you to the lawyers, and they starting auctionizing your equipment. So you've got no leg to stand by that time. That's how we lost everything.
And however, it still does not sound right. Whatever that you are explaining, I'm hearing only one side of it. But it seems also that there are certain things that were not done from your side.
Okay, I'm listening.
And I don't know the inside. Wait, was the business successful before COVID? Yes or no?
It was, yes.
Okay. During COVID, we then got shut down in terms of movement. Did you guys pay your obligations? Yes,
obligation like for
rent? Yes.
The rent?
Yes.
No, before the COVID, that's when the business was shut.
So the business shut down before COVID?
Before COVID, it was a month or 2 months before COVID.
Why was it business shut down?
As I explained, that the landlord, they sabotaged the whole business, the entire business.
No, my dear, go back to the drawing board. What are the things that now you know that you didn't know? What are the things that led to that process? I hear your side, but I think you need to go back to the drawing board. What are the things that you missed with the current, with the previous landlord? What are the things that you missed? Did you have a lease agreement in place?
Open with you. Let me be open with you. With the landlord, we were partnering in the other business, okay, where we were removing waste, and then where we were doing waste management and recycling. And then it ended up like you are partnering, but not partnering in lawfully where it is written. Okay, you are silent partner, I'm helping you or I'm mentoring you. And then
I knew it. Yes, as I knew there was stuff that is not right.
Yes, you understand.
I hear you, but you are not a victim. Crescent, go back to the drawing board and look at yourself in the mirror. You are not a victim. You led yourself to that situation. Dust yourself up. You are not a victim. You led yourself to that situation.
No, I fully agree with you. I fully agree with you. And then the worst part of it, under the name of the Lord. So it was the worst part. So yes, I've learned from that part, but I was just explaining my current situation now.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but I am saying to you, whatever that you go through, Crescent, you go through so that you can learn from it. Until you have learned from that experience, you're going to repeat the same mistake. Until you also learn to take 100% responsibility of what transpired in that relationship. And then you will repeat the same mistake. Mina, what I am saying to you, you currently where you are now, start asking yourself, what can I do to move forward? What is possible right now? What can I do in the next 10 days, next 30 days? And that's going to move me closer to where I want to go. You cannot be talking about, I need funding for this machine, when at this point you do not have a place to operate, you do not have processes and systems that will make sure that machine, when it comes, there's certain things that are in place. So prepare yourself up to do things different this time. And don't pass the blame on that person who did something to you, because it means you have not taken accountability and responsibility for your own actions in how you contributed to that relationship. There are no handouts, guys. Just remember that. None. Okay. I think there is a need for me to have a private session with you, Direct. Can you make time, Crescenda, to schedule up time with Denise?
Okay, no, it's fine. I will.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just prepare yourself, though. Pray about it. It's gonna be rough. Okay. Okay, just prepare yourself. It will be rough. At least I'm warning you.
No, I will prepare myself. I will even fast for it.
Okay, fair enough. Shanipani is saying what you've said is precious, is powerful. I'm learning from the mistake here. Yes, it's meant to help. You see, the issues that I'm picking, guys, I'm picking them, but I then drill on them. But when I see that maybe the person, I feel maybe the person is not as open and transparent, then I can then have a session outside of this platform. But when someone is open and they're frank about it, then I do drill on the detail and then direct you and then also hold you accountable for your action. Because I think one of the biggest mistakes that we make as entrepreneurs, because we're board shareholders and directors, we literally get away with murder. Like literally. We get away with murder and we are not accountable for our actions. And we will blame the government, Zoom, ANC, Umaspala, Eskom, everyone, Telkom, everyone, except ourselves. The day you start looking in the mirror and blame yourself first, then everything else, that's the day your success starts. That's the day your real growth starts. So, Shonipane, do you want to share? You want to run away?
No, this precious. I've got nothing to share at the moment. It's just that I'm reflecting, actually. I'm really, really reflecting. So what I can say is that, hey, inkinga zase next door, zisenza ukuthi sibheke emagcekeni wethu ukuthi kunani kwenzakalani. I'm just glad that we got to learn about this. One thing engiyithandayo oyishilo ukuthi taking accountability and not blaming other people. Before we blame, let's look at yourself ukuthi contribute kuphi. For me, that was very powerful, to be honest, because it's easy, especially Malsakuli business, it's easy to blame everyone else. And blaming everyone else, for me, I see totally opportunity yokufunda because it's not my fault. But the moment uzbuza ukuthi mina yini wrong engiyenzile lana, what else could I have done different? I think that can really, really help. So ngiyabonga, le coaching ingathi ingivula amehlo kakhulu. Ngiyabonga.
Ngiyabonga, sis. Sis Nokwazi, you wanna come through? What are you hearing? You're too far. Come closer, Nokwazi. Come closer. You've gone too far now from the mic.
And then, is it better now?
Yes, it's better now.
Yes, I'm saying I once had an instance efana njengeka Criselda whereby siyasebenzisana, there was nothing that was binding, and I think kwafanele ukuthi mina ngiyinuka amakhwapha because kukho konke ngagcina ngisala mina obishini. And ngisele obishini ngaluza like equipment engawetha plus minus 20 to 25,000. With the mistake that we are doing is sisuke sifuna angazi noma sinozwelo or kusuke ku or understand ukuthi kusuke kufike ini then uvela uthatheke or usithathwa umoya angazi but I did that but then ngahlala phansi ngayibuza ukuthi where did I go wrong? And then from there onwards, because that person, he then came back, and then he then came back. And then when he came back, I'm like, you think I'm a stupid. You came back, you want the very same thing on Shiaguyo. And then now you are saying, ufuna ukuthi senze the relationship again. Sizoyilungisa kanjani relationship wena oyiphulile. Now I'm no longer doing the relationship. It's either paper or nothing.
Okay, is it fine, Sis Nogwazi? You have gone through this, but can I use your example and process it out? Is that okay?
Yes, okay, yes, it's okay.
So my question will be, Sis Nogwazi, when that person was doing these things, Obungabon.
At first, didn't say, I think in network.
Oh, first Bungabon, but
yes.
Later were born.
Later ngabona, and then that's where I started to saying, you know what, we do everything by paper. And then once I did that, then wabalega, because I remember it was a food tasting, I think. Ebekafuna ukuyenzela ama clients awatholile yena, but angafuna ukunginika wona. Ngathi okay, it's fine. If I'm gonna do the food tasting, I'm gonna charge you this much per person, and then you're gonna put imali, I'm gonna buy the groceries and then cook, then bring the food.
Mm.
And then that was done. From Lapo, after that one, azanga pinde, even till today, azanga pinde. Because
hang on, Nogwazi, hang on. So what I'm trying to highlight, what I'm trying to say, and yes. What I'm gonna say straight.
Yes.
Akazange aqale ngalolo suku la wabona khona. Qada.
Okay.
Wayekwenza kukuningi uleke uthi cha ku right and ngoba wamvumela.
Okay.
It might not have came out ngegama ukusho.
Okay.
Kodwa wamvumela, wamnika permission. Uze agcina sekuba ku 25,000 nje ingoba soku accumulated.
Yeah.
And maybe the other question or the other issue that I want to say, which other areas in your life, Sis Nogwazi, where you are letting people get away with it? Because how you are in one area is also how you are in other areas. And as a Black child, you were right. I think sometimes we have too much compassionate. Sometimes we feel guilty when we have more than others. So there's a lot of issues that we come with as Black child, including being a girl, including maybe there's also a firstborn syndrome, or even a middle child syndrome, or a last-born syndrome. I mean, there's a whole list of psychology on all of those issues. But whatever issues they are, I want you to reflect and ask yourself, blessing.
Yes.
No problem. So Suzoti, you go pig in plenium, loud blessing is showing up somewhere else. You see, Sister Waz, when I started doing that,
yes,
like in the area Leo Christenda was talking about, saying as you know what, this is what I have experienced. Which other areas in my life where I have blessing or where I have this type of thing? where people get away with things. I promise you, when you do that reflection and then you start asking yourself, when did it start? How am I gonna say tomorrow? This problem gets fixed everywhere in your life.
Okay.
And it will never, ever happen. When you don't process it, you only make it about blessing. Then it will creep in other ways. I want to
Okay,
before
I get you. I get you. I get you.
Guys, I saved some money. I saved some money, about 2 million cash during COVID. COVID in the mix, closer to the 2 million. So I started buying properties. And then this friend from nowhere, but it's a friend that I know, is someone that is also in business. The business is a big business. We are catching up with, what you have been doing, what I've been doing. Then 2 days, 3 days later, says, oh, okay. Value as with, I've invested here, I'm investing here, I'm waiting for another deal, I'm planning to do more of these deals every 3 months, kunzima ukuthi cha umuntu owaziyo ukuthi ume kanjani futhi ufeel guilty ukuthi uyayidinga futhi uthi uzoyibuyisa masinyane kwasho kwegcina. Ngamnika 250,000. That was December last year. The stories I've heard since then till now. Guess ngibuyela on the drawing board, reflect. Okay, I must have given an energy to her that she can get away with it. I must have done something to actually give it to her that I didn't need it. I must have given her an impression that actually she can get away with what she's doing. Because anginaluto pants or ballet pants, 250,000, except for my SMSs and WhatsApps, I guess. You know, when I started reflecting, it was clear that a whole lot of people have been taking advantage of me. It's just that this time it involved money. I started really analyzing every relationship I have around me. And I realized I have been letting people get away with quite a lot of things. And I'm a person who generally hold people accountable to their actions. But I also realized I did that not because I wanted to give her money. I felt out of guilt that she was in trouble. But hang on, she is one of the women that I know got millions from ONEF in those zika clicks. I-client le mali nje weyitsheleka nje weyifuna ukukhokhela ukuthi process order like clicks and so on. She's a big woman. I can list 4 or 5 other funders that have given her money. Kati mina ngakaze ngifande because professional services general akafandeki. But ngabona ukuthi the reason why she got away with it is that at that point in time, I was feeling as though people were taking more from me than me getting anything from them. So when she was coming, it felt as though I need to actually work or do or whatever. So I really think how we behave, how we act is informed by our beliefs, is informed by our emotions, things that we're feeling at the time. So I want you to reflect, because if you don't reflect, you're gonna make it about a blessing. Hey, blessing is somewhere else, is reflecting in a different way, in another space. And it across. So I really need you guys to really think about that, whichever area it is. It could be money, it could be just anything that you are struggling with right now in your life. I need you to reflect and ask yourself, one, what role did I play in that? What role did I play in that? What was I feeling? What was I thinking? And why was I feeling that way? And why was I thinking that way? What did that mean? Was that the truth? Was that the real truth? And then from there, you then use that to guide you. Which other areas I need to be looking at that is showing up in my life that is making me to behave and act in this way? Yeah.
Yeah, I understand you. I understand you quite very clearly. You've mentioned 2 or 3 of them because I'm a compassionate person. Nginozwelo kakhulu bese ngiyakhohlwa ukuthi uzwelo angeke lungise ndawo ngesinye isikhathi. So whatever that you've said now, I think I'm gonna go back and reflect.
Indeed. Vincent is asking for one-on-one sessions in there. So I do give my one-on-one sessions, Vincent, but when you have finished your training program as actually as a bonus. But I don't even tell people about the bonus. I usually like it. In this group, I'm telling you now because you asked. I tell you the bonus at the end of the session. People who submitted assignment, who showed up, who attended when they couldn't attend, they did do the recordings, they did submit my assignment, and they were engaged. I don't mind, but I'm not gonna put more resources on someone who is not present, doesn't do their work, just wasting my time. I am available, but Vincent. Okay, great. So guys, is anything else? We are close to time, 8 minutes to go. Can you see why it's important for us when we come to a group coaching session to be open to learn, not just to learn for yourself, but also for others to learn? Hlonipan say, now I'm excited now, finishing Noma Kanjani. That is good. I'm glad. I feel like you guys, this group has the security to the whole thing. I am available. I'm not promising that, guys, I've said this before. I do not promise I'm gonna come up with solutions for your businesses, but I'm gonna maybe ask you questions for you to think in a certain way. What I had promised you was that when you have gone through the training program, you will never be the same person. Number 2, things are gonna get to be more clearer. I also had promised that there are times that I'm gonna make you cry. I've made grown men and grown women cry, but there are times that I will make you laugh, but because not laughing just at yourself, but laughing at why this didn't make sense before, but finally will make the clarity. And I think sometimes as entrepreneurs, we struggle with the clarity, and that is why it's difficult for us to achieve the success that we're looking for. Can I take everyone's notes now? I'm gonna start. Snogazi, closing remarks?
Closing remarks is just me thanking you for giving us or affording us this opportunity. And I'm also excited to be part of this because I've enrolled on the other programs before, but this one, I think it's quite different. It's so informative. It's like courageous. I don't know, but I say amen.
Thank you, great. Sis Sylvia. Okay, let me go to Chico. Chico. Okay, Vincent. Closing remarks?
Ngikhona sis.
Oh, go ahead, Chico.
Ngithi ngiyabonga lento le ama coaching session le asivula amehlo, then I'm grateful and keep up the good work. Before ngiceda ngine problem nje encane ifuna wena uyiwa. Bona how to earn money and how to keep money. Ama module okuqala amathathu akavuleki la kimi.
Oh, so earn money. So module 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I'm gonna ask you, Dennis, send to Dennis the email. I'm gonna share email with Dennis to assist you, and she will then run a session with you guys to show you what you need to do. Here's her email.
All right, ngiyabonga.
Sure, Baba. Thank you. Okay, Vincent.
Yeah, it was precious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Vincent once more. Thank you very much for everything. I'm so happy, more than happy. And then the other thing is, you said to me, I must sell online. The problem with me is it was marketing. And then you said I must sell online, I'll get a lot of money. But I'm having a challenge of, there's something called POIT, whereby you must ask permission to people before you can take that.
Hi, hang on, Vincent. What business are you in? POPIA, okay. But POPIA does not stop you to collect the information. It just allows you to use the information for any other information, but it doesn't stop you from selling. So you can collect the information and keep it as long as you will use it for the purpose it was collected for.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. But also look for marketplaces. Do not only just create your own platform to sell online. Maybe Google some places, whatever that you are selling online. Find places where you enlist your product. For example, my book is listed not just on for book retailers, even as a macro is also selling my book and stuff. So if I were to bring any commodity or product, I will just enlist them to those places.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Good. Lindi, hi. Oh, you can't talk. Your volume is still low. Maybe just type. I'm just closing in, guys. We are almost over time. 3 minutes to go. Assistant Pan, you've already put your notes, I think. Closing remarks. I'm then gonna go to Crescenda and Khori.
For me, I'm still and to say I see what I'm in a safe space. I'm someone who tanda yufunda, and I just pray you would ngaphelele kufundeni ngibe na that energy yokwenza, because sometimes siyafunda singenzi. So yeah, I'm looking forward to apply all these things. I've already started ukusebenzisa some of the things usifundise zona lana. So yeah, siyabonga sis.
Siyabonga sisi. Sis Crescenda, hi.
Hi, Sis Precious. Yes, I'm so thankful for this session. It's really an eye-opening, and I really appreciate that we need to know that in business, really, there is this we call boundaries. And then our beliefs sometimes can it can sometimes put us in shame, because sometimes you do things because somebody done something to you, and then you want to give back, but at the other side, you don't even realize that person maybe have an agenda or whatever. So it's really eye-opening to me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Khori?
Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. I've learned a lot, and I think also the assessments are pushing us to continue to study. And on the business side, I've learned that I really need to go back to the drawing board and try to do the research thoroughly. So I'm very thankful. This is the most very informative program. I can't lie, I've been attending a lot, but now honestly, my mind keeps on blowing. For each and every session, I come up with something fruitful to add up on my business. Thank you so much.
Great. Franz, I know, Shem, you struggled today in and out, but I think you got most of it. How is it going? Any closing remarks? Are you learning? Are you gonna implement? Franz, are you able to talk? Shem, he has been struggling with the network. Okay, he has not.
Yes. Yeah, my network is better now.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
it's better off. Yes. I think the program is very helpful, and if you take some of the things and implement them, it assists a lot. For example, one thing that I've learned and I've seen that it improves in my business, it's like separating the two finances. That's one thing that will assist you to move to a certain direction. And the compliance part, it's very helpful. With us small businesses, we struggle with the compliance. So this information that we get from this program, it's going to take us places. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you for being present and also pushing. I will be sending through the video. Pileta, you are only just joining now. We are actually finished for today. Please, if you need additional support, maybe ask Denise to find out if you can join another group. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, entrepreneurs. It was such a long day today. I had a full day. I've been sitting since 8 o'clock. So God bless. Just know that what is in your heart is what matters. Don't let the environment detect the future or your success. It is, you can pass through, you can push through all the challenges. But if you know who you are and what you stand for, if you understand that for you to make it, you're gonna need to stand by what is in your heart, not what the world is telling you. And thank you so much and goodbye. Thank you. Bye.